Well, hello, I'm Alex, and today we're gonna do some doodling. Use this to get back to that sketchbook of yours, or simply as a warm-up. In this series, I'll share with you doodling ideas based on observation. We'll do some continuous line drawing for those, but also based on repetition. We'll have fun with pattern play, and based on imagination, which is when we'll doodle with ink blots. My dream for you is that your creative play spills over into all parts of your life. And that's why I'm making these videos, so that you can take a tiny play break with me. This is your creativity timeout, baby. Just jump in and mess around with your art supplies and work alongside me. No worries, I'm keeping this. No fuss fabulous, easy peasy. Go ahead, check it out. We're actually going to play with collage. So we're going to go back to the faces we've already doodled, and we're going to add some elements of collage. Super easy, super fun way to finish off your faces, especially if you're not happy with them, which is most of the time. Let me quickly touch on what you can use for collage, and then we'll get right into it. So, if you've been saving paper from previous videos, like the creativity warm-ups, where we did some puzzle shapes or any kind of mark making, the reason I've mentioned in previous videos to keep those pages is because you can use them for fodder. So if you've kept any of those, go ahead and grab some of them. If you have any kind of notepad that has colored paper, you can use that. If you have just any scraps of colored paper or craft paper, you can use that. If you have coloring books that have pages you've never used, or the ones you've actually colored in that you don't want to keep for any reason, that's perfect. If you have magazines, just pick some pages with colors on them, or black and white, and that's perfect too. So all of that works, and hopefully in the end you'll end up with a box or a big envelope full of little scraps, because the fun really begins when you've already got a bunch of scraps and you just sort of dig through them and pick out a few pieces that you barely even need to cut. Sometimes you don't even need to cut them, you just stick them right on. And that makes everything more fun and easier. So I'm going to put these samples away. One more thing I want to mention about keeping any of the creativity warm-ups you might have done previously is that if you keep, so this one's already been cut into for collage, but if you actually keep the page as it is, not for collage fodder, but for using it later. I'm going to be making some videos where we make zines, and it's really fun to start with the page that's already got some stuff on it, like marks or doodles. So everything can be repurposed when it comes to these kinds of mini projects. So just keep that in mind. Okay, let's get going. I've got this huge Frankenstein face over here, and I'm going to show you how much fun it is to take the faces, especially the ones we think are not so great, and turn them into something really fun. So I went ahead and pre-picked the fodder I'm going to use, otherwise this video would be way too long. So I picked through my box of fodder, and I didn't have to cut any of these. I'm going to use them as is. And what I thought I'd do is try to put something on this part, right? So what if I did that and gave the guy or the girl like a hat? And this is obviously something where I had cut a rounded shape out of. Sometimes the negative parts, like the parts that are left over after you cut a shape out, are the best ones to collage with. And then I think I'm just gonna go like that. So all you need is a glue stick. You need your face doodles, a glue stick, and whatever you're using for collage. So I'm gonna start by collaging the purple bit down. And can you see me doing this? Let me scoot this a little bit over. Okay. So put some scrap paper down on your surface so you don't get glue on it, but even if you did, these glue sticks are really easy to clean up. You can just grab a rag with some water or a little bit of hot water. Go back and forth a few times. There you go. We're gonna stick it down. And I went ahead and pre-bent it because I knew I'd want it like that. So there you go. I've actually carried it over onto the next page. Okay, so you can see flower bits. All right, next piece, where could that go? I'm gonna go like that. If you got a lot of glue down, just grab a new piece of scrap, put that on top while the one underneath is drying. I tend to be pretty messy and go all over the place with my glue stick, but some people are more careful. So here, in essence, what I'm doing is covering up that line. I'm covering up that black line that was part of the reason why this face got such a big Frankenstein forehead. And because the piece I used has this curve to it, it kind of looks like the hat starts here now. It's just a visual thing. So I challenge you to go back to the faces, especially the ones you're unhappy with, and to grab 3 pieces of something you can collage with. Well, I didn't say that right. Collage 3 bits on your face, whether that comes out of one page from some kind of magazine, maybe it's a real estate magazine, it doesn't matter. So can you add 3 bits to your face? That would be my challenge for you. 3 bits. What can you do with 3 bits? And if it's not enough, add more. But here you go. I think that face already looks a lot different. Okay, moving on to the next face. On this one, we're going to use a magazine page. So imagine you don't have any fodder, you've never messed around with collage, you don't keep fodder. If you like this, you will now, right? But this is just from a magazine page where everything was sort of color coordinated to be orangey and browny. And what I did was oh, you know what? I think I sort of went ahead. That's for this face. I was thinking that doesn't fit. What happened there? Okay. I went ahead and pre-cut some pieces. So I cut this piece to fit here, just to give her a neck and some kind of reference to shoulders. And then I cut this piece and I haven't quite finished cutting it out. I don't know if I was going to go like this or like that. Yeah, I guess I'll go like this. Okay, let me just start by gluing one thing down. Okay. Magazine paper glues down really well. It's because it's glossy, it's super fun to work with, but I have realized that it needs a little more glue because it'll sort of peel up on its own if it doesn't have quite enough glue. So let's see. And it's okay to, a lot of times I cut things bigger than they need to be, and then after it dries I go back and trim it. So scissors, glue stick and scissors. Okay, now this is the piece I haven't quite cut yet. I think originally I thought I was gonna glue it down here and just make a little space for the eye. I was thinking this sort of looks like the hairline. But now I'm thinking, what if I do this? So I'm gonna go ahead and go with that. That feels right. And I'm going to follow the outline of those pants and just make that a little V shape so that I don't paste over her eyes. And I'm gonna glue that down. That looks good to me. So you can see, even if all you have is a page from a magazine, maybe it's something you get in your inbox trying to sell you something, that's fine. 3 elements. Can you add 3 bits to one of your faces? Right? And then the third bit, I'm not sure what I was thinking. I sort of found a strip and cut into it. It's obviously too big. So somehow this needs to be the top of her head. What can we do here? You know what? I'm going to play off of this curve that's already here. And then I'm going to trim this like that. Does that work? I think that's fine. And I might even trim it like that. Okay. Gluing down the third bit using magazine. Random magazine page that I thought had some good color to it. I actually wanted this to sort of line up here. And there you go. What do you think? Could I keep going? Sure I could. I could add more bits here and make her face go all the way around. But the challenge was, can you place 3 bits down to complement a face you've already doodled, right? Because the face doodles are so bizarre since we're doing them with continuous line. It's pretty much unavoidable that they're going to look a bit weird, if not completely odd. So we did the Frankenstein head, we did her, and now we're going to do her. And for this one, I just used some yellow paper. So if you've got some colored paper sitting around, you can always do that. So everything can be in the exact same color. And I went ahead thinking about, I don't know what I did here. Haha. So I think in the end, something like that. So we can go like this. And I think I was thinking I could give her some kind of designy hat thingy. And get this off the page here maybe. Let's see. This is the one. think this one's gonna work better for this. Something like that. All right, let me get the first piece down. So if you just start with like, think of a rainbow, but without cutting out the inside of the rainbow, you just have an arc and it's flat on one side. That's a good way to start the shape here. I cut a little triangle out of it just to have it be different from the last one I did. So I'm going to try to line this up with the nose. Right? So that's the first bit. And then I have a bit that looks like this. So it's like a strip that tapers a little bit and a weird little potato shape. Let's see. Oh, and then I also have the negative of what this got cut out of, which sometimes is the best thing. See, I actually really like that. Okay, since I have a line arching over this eye, but no line arching over that eye, what if I glued this guy here? Or what if I glued this guy here? And then, what if I go like that? So I think we're going to do that. What do you think? I think we're going to do that. So the only thing you need to be careful with is, since this was cut, just when you're adding the glue stick, you have to be gentle not to actually tear that. Because it might stick. And then when you lift it, if you yank it, it might break. So I don't really, oh yeah, I think I was gonna do it like this. So what happens if I get this part down? And then I come in here and get this part down. There you go. So I got the hardest part down. This is already down. So this is going to end up being made of 4 bits. So now the question is, do I want the tapering going that way, or do I want the tapering going this way? I think we're going to have it go like that. Can you imagine having a sketchbook full of these crazy doodle faces with collage bits? It would be so much fun to look at that when you're done. And if you knew you were doing a bunch of pages, you wouldn't get all like precious about it. You know, you would just glue down your bits and see if you like it and move on. Next. I hope you had fun taking this tiny creative play break with me. Remember, there's always a way to bring more creative play into your life. And as long as you can play, as long as you can try new things, you're never ever stuck, right? I've got lots more ideas for you here on my YouTube channel, so subscribe, stay tuned, and play, play, play. Come back and gift yourself a daily dose of Make Stuff Feel Good energy. Thank you so much for being here. Sparkle on.